Okay, let's start with chapter 3. Oh, I wake up and have the day, and what do I want to do with it? I will go catch a pony and ride it. I can take something for me and the pony to eat in a bag so I can stay gone all day. I might get JoJo to ride with me, but I think she has ballerina lessons today. I myself can dance. I need to get up and eat when I smell. The oven door squeaks and she's unfolding soft, round biscuits. I got the clothes that I wore yesterday at the foot of the bed so I can change under the covers. It's not necessary to be cold so early. Just so my underwear is clean is all I care about today. By supper, I will smell like pony all over. Maybe nobody else has thought about riding the pony Dolphin today. One thing about here is that you have to wait till your go. Today is my turn if I am the first one to get to the breakfast table. My hair will smooth down without a comb. I look good as long as you don't see me from the back. I feel good at the table with the biscuits. All that is cold is my hands. I hold them over the biscuit tin until my new mama tells me in a nice way that I'm rude. So I sit on my hands under the biscuits until the biscuits, are cool enough to hold. The others come in one by one or two, but they see I was here first and will get their first biscuit with the pony. I do not want to watch them anymore. What one can hardly wait to say to the other is making them squirm. What did you expect? Marry trash and see what comes of you. I could have told anybody. Here I am wearing this red checkered suit like a little fool. When the day's over, I'll burn it. I know my Aunt Nadine wants to come back in here and fix me up. She gave me this outfit like she bought it just for me, but I saw her girl Dora get her school picture taken in it last week. I do not have much choice but to wear it. In a while, I'll be grown out of my underwear. But that's okay by me. Just do not let the woman knock on the door and ask me how I'm getting along here. I ought to stuff my front and walk out with a sudden big chest. Give them something to see and discuss. No, just speculation. Dora's mama thinks it's time to get this show on the road. She could not organize a two-car colored funeral, so has herself all worked up over this affair. Stick the fruit delight and the food that'll go in the bag in the fridge, she says. She's moving my way. I tell her I just want on my way out when she gets here, and she will need a little privacy to adjust her slip and face. She wants to look especially good because she has selected herself to ride in the big car. Okay, so I want to stop here for a minute and explain that Ellen's mom has died and she has gone to live with her mom's sister and or stay with her, not really live, but stay there for a few days for the funeral. So they're getting ready. And so Ellen gets up that morning and she's like, what do I want to do with the day? And she's kind of not wanting to have to deal with the funeral type stuff. And that's kind of what she's alluding to here. Oh, yes, now we are all ready. My daddy wonders if I plan to tell somebody the whole story. I do not know if there is a written down rule against it, but he did not. He did, but if it's not a crime, it must be a sin. It is one way or the other. And he wants to know if I'm telling. So if you remember back from chapter 2, they probably could have saved her mama's life, but her dad was not being a very good father. And so he's wondering if she's going to tell the truth. My aunt sachets her large self out of the toilet, and I suppose now we line up to go. She must have gone to school to learn how to get grown folks into little bunches and decide who rides with who. Won't she be disappointed when we get there and they put her away and we come home and that's all it is? She will go back to her house, tired, but not too tired to think about how smoothly everything went. You all definitely in the first car, she tells me, just so I got a ride, that's all. So the first car is normally, guys, that's usually the first car is who rides in a funeral procession, like if it's the child or the person that died, or it's the people that are closest to the people who have died. So the undertaker opens the car door for me. He has been to the house twice Sunday just to say he cares. I'm glad he cares, but I think I would like him better if he said it is my job to care. I make more money than you will ever see just to care. That would not offend me. I do hate to sit in between folks in a car. Put me by the window so I can get some fresh air and get out quick if I need to. I demand to ride by the window in this car that is big enough to hold the smiling undertaker, Dora's mama, Dora, my daddy, and me. The other children know the pony is not specifically mine, but they let me play with it like it's mine. After I eat all I can, I hold can hold. I ask for some, maybe just two more biscuits to take with me, please. The pony and me would be both enjoy a biscuit with some fried meat and jelly. That is what we will eat for lunch. I have my thermos and sack ready to fill up. Okay, I want to point out something here. So she is staying with her aunt who is taking care of her, and she's doing something kind of interesting. At After breakfast, she's asking for two more biscuits that she can put together, like in her sack for later. And that's just a good example to show you a little bit about Ellen. She wasn't always sure that she was going to get food. She didn't know where her meals were going to come from. So she's already thinking ahead to see if she can take some of that bread with her for later. I kept calling things mine, but nothing actually belongs to me except for a few things that I moved out here with. But while you use or play with things here, it is okay to call it yours. When you get through with something, clean it up and put it back so the next person can call it his. That is the rule. I have my lunch and I'm dressed warm and ready to go. And away I leave the house, and my new mama standing at the kitchen window watching me run across the yard to the pasture. I need to roll down the car window to stick my face out. Dora is used to her mama's scent, and my daddy is past smelling. The smiling man is too kind to remark. He just drives slow down the path, dodging the holes and the wide washed out places. He will need to wash his big car before he picks up the load of strangers. When I get out, I want to count the tires. Have slitted herself up beside the smiling man. Dora's mama searches for just the right thing to say. The man will think how wonderful she is and maybe find a job for her. What a lovely day. She decides on this. And I look at the back of her neck and think to myself, my mama is dead in my church. My daddy is a monster. Your girl is probably going to pee on me before this ride is over. And that is all you can find to say. I just see out the window all the folks' houses and barns and dogs running in the yards. You cannot help but notice everything because he drives so slow. The leaves are starting to change good. Every year, I want all the leaves to fall colored at the same time. There are always some that don't match. I know this is the best time of the year. The leaves and the people too changing and doing things to get ready. I like to read about men and their boys who tap maple trees in New England. They wear plaid jackets and hats and ear flaps when they go to the woods to get syrup. It does not get cold enough to do that there, even in January. The tree in Junior's yard is redder than it was yesterday. When it looked so red it could explode on fire and burn down Junior's house and barns and everything in them, the leaves fall off the tree. Junior's girl, Trixie, sweeps the leaves into a pile and they rot. That is all until the next year. My aunt is entertaining the smiling man. That is her part-time job. When she is not redecorating or shopping with Dora, she demonstrates food slicers in your home. She will bring her plastic machine into your living room and set the whole business up on a card table, and even everybody plays two or three made-up games. Then she lets you in on the convenient secret of the century. She will tell you how much it would run you in the store. If the smiling man has a wife, he can expect my aunt and her machine in his living room sometime. Then on, she will go about sorrow and sin and how is Ellen ever going to make it out. Pretty soon she catches on to the sound of what she's saying and she pulls one word out to meet the next one every sentence or so she will clap. I hope the wise woman thought to bring her children an extra set of clothes. Dora has soaked the seat of this car. My daddy is not aware of this, but I am going to slide closer to the window and put some space between his red suit and Dora. Old as me wets herself once or twice a day. I know she expects this dress back. Dora's mama wouldn't stand beside Dora, dripping and denying her big girl wet herself. You are right, Aunt Nadine. I promise never to pee in your girl's pants again. She talks still, but at least I can breathe with my nose outside. I could not ride like this for very long. Dora wants to know if the smiling man will stop and get her a snack. Her mama tells her to hush, little one, but I could shut her up for good. Okay, so this is the end of chapter 3. We're seeing some dynamics there. Okay, she's got this cousin named Dora, and if you haven't picked up on it, Dora's kind of spoiled. She gets all kind of special privileges because she's, got a mama, and she is given, or the aunt is given her, Ellen, her hand-me-down. So that's kind of what's happening with that. And I guess that is about it for that chapter. Let me see here what I need to do.